Hello, it's Scott Manley here, once again in orbit over the moon. This is still version 0.20, but I am here today to show you this little button, the Steam Gauge's version 1.0 mod. And this is by Trueborn. It's available and it is compatible with 0.20. We're not sure about 0.21 just yet, so by the time this video is released, maybe you're going to have to wait for an update. But look, it's worth waiting. Look at these gorgeous gauges that have been added to the game. We also have a rendezvous gauge here. So we're just going to try and do a little like a lunar landing here. We've already moved the crew across, so let's move this spacecraft away, just backwards. And if you go in, we can actually just take a look at the rendezvous gauge quickly. Set as target. So you see right away that it's behind us, and if I translate sideways, it's going to switch my close approach off. Of course, I don't actually have... Once again, I've forgotten to include any ASAS because I'm used to the fantastic new stabilization system that is standard with version 0.21. So yeah, you can see you have this whole closure distance and everything being calculated. What we have is a compass here. We have an orbit indicator with my apoaps and periaps. We have fuel gauges. We have electrical gauges, which you can see if I turn the lights. Oh, actually, this one... Does this have lights on it? I think I may have neglected to include lights on this one. However, we can turn on the lights on this one. And there they are, turning on, and I guess registers a very small amount of draw here on this side. The charge is going to descend on the other side as it goes down. But I guess what we're going to try and do is land this sucker. So let's get ourselves lined up retrograde and fire those engines. Bye, Bill. So immediately you see we've already dropped our periaps to 0. We should deploy this. We've got a radar altimeter ready to start registering stuff. We don't need the rendezvous gauge. In fact, I think... I don't know where we'll go. It doesn't actually have a range to target indicator. That would be a nice thing to come up here. Should probably turn this around. Now, they work, of course, from the inside of the cockpit, which is nice. If you're into that, you can actually do the landing from inside here. Maybe I'll try that. That would be a disaster waiting to happen. Advanced settings also work here. You have the ability to turn on the thresholds for when your radar altimeter lights come on. You can adjust the scaling here if you think the gauge is too big or not big enough. For those of you with ridiculously high resolution monitors, I am jealous of you. I think they're already taking up too much space at half size, but they are pretty darn gorgeous. I cannot deny my love for these gauges. Okay, we're gonna get down below 20. Oh look, there's the planet Kerbal. Yeah, let's try landing this from inside. How hard can it be? So I'll bring up the gauge here, and I'm gonna go inside and see if I can land. Okay, this is gonna be kind of interesting because I can't see the surface here. And is there a velocity gauge here? Yeah, there's a vertical velocity gauge, but no horizontal gauge. Oh, you know what I need to do, actually, is we're draining power, so I should probably deploy solar panels. Deploy these just while descending towards the surface. It would be unfortunate if we ran out of power on the way down. Of course, that's a bigger problem with Kerbal Space Program, with the new version, where you need power to actually turn your spacecraft. Okay, let's kill this. Oh, like I can see the surface there. There's my vertical velocity, kind of plateauing out. I'm gonna just keep doing this. 9 kilometers up. And I don't actually know what my thrust is because I can't see my thrust gauge, my throttle. There's the other spacecraft floating away into the distance. I should probably target it from here, shouldn't I? Oh, no. Stay still. There, that'll be nice because I'll be able to target it on the way down again. Okay. Definitely plateau flattening out too quickly. I should let this go for a little while. Okay. Okay, time accelerate a little more. Yeah, and there's no speed gauge here, right? So I'm totally guessing what my speed actually is. 5,000 meters, 4,000, 3,000. This is a radar altimeter, of course. Okay, let's just go sideways. Oh, apparently I have killed all my lateral velocity, so I should probably go to vertical mode. Okay, that's what you get for not having a horizontal velocity gauge. There we go. I should probably thrust up now. I want to get my speed under control. You know what? There we go. Okay, that's better. Whew. Okay, so we're coming down, but we're slipping sideways, and we have about 50% fuel left. Our gauge is green. We're about 700 meters. I really should slow my velocity. Okay, let's do this. Let's try and kill our lateral velocity, right? I'm entirely concentrating on thrusting sideways to remove what lateral velocity I have. Yes, here we go. And, oh, almost. Oh, wow, look at this. I'm totally coming down here. I just wish that light would not shine on the nav ball. Okay, it would be actually, you know, steam gauges would be nice to have, like another nav ball guy. Trueborn, you can. I know you can do it. Okay, so we're falling towards the surface. Let's watch my vertical speed here. Okay, so kill my vertical a little. Okay, we're going to maintain about 5 meters per second vertical for now. Have I deployed my gear? Yes, I have. Okay. I needed to switch to exterior just to check that, because I don't know where the warning light is in the cabin. And besides, the warning light is sometimes wrong. Okay. 5 meters per second. 100 beat coming down. Gonna have to kill my velocity. Actually, my velocity is coming down very slowly, very nice. This is a 2-stage lander as well, so you see on the right, my fuel gauge is now showing a yellow warning light to say, hey, you're getting kind of low on fuel there. But I am not concerned because I am coming down just right. Oh, look, I have lights. I have lights on the surface. And we are almost. Oh, I hope that wasn't. That was kind of a heavy landing there, but I'm down. Excellent. It's always more exciting to do it from the inside, I think. Let's see what we look like. Did I break anything off? Cockpit. No, look, totally landed there. Huh? How awesome is that? And of course, the next thing to do is to try that orbital rendezvous gauge and go up into the sky. Well, let's see what here. We're still recharging our stuff. What I want to do, actually, let's close these down. I want to see if the electrical gauge works. Retract the panels, and those will stop generating power. And now you see my draw is showing, and my charge is coming down on the right there. So that gauge works. There's no monopropellant on this thing, so that doesn't work so well. And of course, as soon as I pop out one of these panels, I bet you my charge will shoot right back up to 100% very quickly, because these panels charge pretty quickly. There we go. Look, we have actual power coming in now. And you see the charge gauge rising up. We're not going to have to worry about main bus undervolts, as they said in Apollo 13. Okay, let's bring up the rendezvous gauge. Now, it tells us... what does it tell us where we are? I should probably... What way I came... where is the planet Kerbin? I thought the planet Kerbin was one of these directions. Is it like right in my way? No, I guess I landed... I somehow thought I was coming down pretty near the planet Kerbin, but I guess I just landed and it's somewhere, I don't know. I think that may be the direction I need to go. Also, actually, important to note, let's extend this ladder and EVA out. Not that we actually need ladders on the moon, but important to note is... there, we actually have functioning gauges that work when you're in a spacesuit, so you can actually calculate all your rendezvous and everything as well. I wonder where it is. Is that it there? Oh, that's something else coming over there. So yeah, I've got... Where is it? I guess, I wonder if the fuel... No, it doesn't show the fuel gauge here. That would be nice, actually, if the fuel remaining gauge would actually work for the RCS packs. Another awesome idea there. I tell you guys, you should pay me for designing your mods. Just kidding. I just play with the mods. I really would actually pay good money for some gauges for the suit, specifically for fuel gauge on the suit. Okay, I guess we're going to wait for this thing to come around since we've targeted it. Closure, target distance is still going up, and then it'll hopefully start coming down. There it is. Now it's going to come around the other side, and we want to wait until the target distance gets below 100, and then it'll be visible, and then we can start going for our rendezvous using this thing. I'll be curious to see how well it actually works, because I haven't tried using this instrument for rendezvous. I've usually just guesstimated everything. There we go, 100 kilometers. So it should be visible somewhere. No? Not there. And not there. Is it still selected? Because it does have something selected. There is lander ship and all the Kethane grid, which I should probably turn off, but I haven't actually used there. Oh, there it is, there. Okay, 81 kilometers up. Okay, so I'm gonna get back in, and oh crap, I can't read this thing particularly well. Okay, so let's start thrusting, and then we're immediately gonna go horizontal here. Because horizontal is the velocity we need. Apoap's 5 kilometers, 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers. Target Apoap's is about 53 kilometers, so I guess that's the orbit I'm aiming for here. And I'm going to stop it. No. Okay, so that's us kind of going in the right direction. Closest approach is 24 kilometers. Now, what's the best way to adjust this thing? Let's try and use... I'm trying to use this thing up in the corner. So, to fly past... If I do this, I wonder if it'll bring me closer. Let's try that. Time to rendezvous, 15 minutes. Closest approach. Okay, that's nice that that kind of worked like that. That's me adjusting it in that axis. Well, let's just bring it back a little. Of course, you can barely see the majesty of the lunar surface from this angle. Lockdown, thrust. It still says... Why is this thing rotating? I'm not sure what that thing's actually telling me. Okay, regardless, my current altitude is still high. My periaps is doing fine. Now, I guess I can try adjusting in the vertical plane. Let's try that, see what happens if we can start bringing this thing down. This is really not the correct way to perform a rendezvous, but... Oh, look at that, 17, 16, 15. What I'm just doing is adjusting my trajectory. I think I launched a little early, so I'm basically going to have to come up over the top and let it catch up on me. That's me got it within 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers. Okay, so now... Let's do a burn. That's 90 there. We're slightly off to this side, so let's go this way and see if that helps. There, that'll bring my rendezvous distance right down. Ha 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 ha. 400 meters. 200. Okay, that's me as far close as I'm gonna get. Okay. And actually, once I get there, I'm going to have to kill my velocity. I'm going to have to turn my velocity around. I wonder, is this showing me... This says it's showing me orbit. If I switch to surface, will it... Not surface, if I switch it to target. Yes, so it has worked. Okay, so now I can follow the time to rendezvous and actually do my orbit velocity killing thing all at once. time 13 minutes before I get really close, and then I have to circularize my orbit. I'm not going to use maneuver nodes or anything here. I don't think that's necessary. Let's just keep going. 12 minutes. Target is approaching. Closure, we're closing at 40 meters per second right now. Not bad. And that was Orion dropping something on the floor there. 50 meters per second. You see, I'm coming up really high here. My apoapse is 62 kilometers. So the idea is I'm going to fly over the top and they're going to fly underneath. Let's see if I can use my visual scanners to locate this object. Let's do that there. And then rotate in this axis. Let's see if I can see it. Oh, is that it? No, that's it on the surface. And I don't see the target in question. You guys are making giggly sounds. That's not the object in question. Where is this? Is it really behind me? I would have thought that I would have been able to see this. Ah, there it is. It's right there. Look, see coming in, flying underneath me. I'm totally going to see if I can do this rendezvous. I can't do the docking in this because I don't have RCS. So we should be doing just fine here. Okay. So let's continue. We're going to bring our rendezvous time down. So just watching. The kids are actually sitting here making bunny ears behind my head. Unfortunately, they don't realize that there's no camera actually recording. There I go. My vertical speed is flipping over, so I've reached my apoapse, and this thing is probably coming in underneath me now. 4 minutes. My closure velocity is 26 meters. I only need to do like 20 meters per second difference. That's pretty good. Target distance 25, 24, 23. 20 meters per second. Like my apoapse may be hugely different, my orbit may be hugely different from the target, but I'm only going to need a very small burn to actually circularize it to the same thing, and I'm just going to do that burn by using the target relative velocity mode. It'd be nice to have an indicator on this showing me what mode I was in here so I could complete my maneuver. 1, 56, 55, 54... 8 meters per second. Look, seriously, this is a tiny difference. Okay, that's me. 10 meters per second. I'm out here. And that's the place I'm going to burn. And I'm just going to start my engine. Then go close, set my closure velocity down to essentially 0. There. Let's switch to the other vehicle. Hey, okay. And that's it there. Where is my other friend? I was supposed to be using the steam gauge thing, but there it is, 2-stage lander. Okay, target relative velocity. Let's get in and oh, he's in the wrong seat apparently. He can't see anything. Thanks. That's a really good plan. How do you switch seats in this thing? Okay, let's just fire up this engine. Ah! What do you do? Oh no! Sky just hammered the space bar because she thinks it's funny to do that while I'm playing Kerbal Space Program, and that has just made me stage. So now my capsule is floating without any means of propulsion, and yeah, no way of docking. Excellent. Well, time for a rescue. I am not going to go... I think I can rescue this, but you know what? I'm going to have to dock this thing. And I'm not... At this point, I'm totally not going to do it using the... I'm totally not going to do the 2-stage lander ship. Is that it there? Okay. Okay, forget the steam gauges. I'm not trusting that. I'm going to head back towards this target. Go, 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 go. 9 meters per second. Okay, we gotta keep as much fuel as left as possible. Switch back to this target, and I'm gonna line it up along the north axis. There. Ah, that's pretty close. Okay, find my spacecraft. And then I'm going to have to kill the relative velocity as well. 2-stage lander. There we go. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to have to dock this essentially entirely using the main engines. Yes. 200. Oh, this thing actually has an ASAS, but it doesn't. I didn't think it had mech jab. I don't know what's going on here, because I certainly never added it to it. I wonder if mech jab added itself to the ASAS or something. Target, kill velocity. Oh, okay, that's better. Kill my velocity. Kill my velocity. Okay, we're now drifting towards it. What I want to do... Oh, shoot. This thing is really... I need fine controls, that's what I need. There, fine controls. I always forget those things. Everybody's always posting, why didn't you use the fine controls? And the truth is, I forgot! I keep forgetting.
Why do you still have the ladder on?
Why? Because... What? Does it matter?
Because it's going up and it looked like it was like a rope ladder.
I see. I'm going to burn upwards. And then... I'm going to burn... This way?
What's this way?
This way is the 270-degree vector. Because I gotta get around in front of this. It would really help if I could actually see, but screw that. Okay, drifting up over the top of this thing. Continuing. Ah! Okay, let's try... killing the velocity again. Okay. I could probably just go towards it very slowly. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just set myself to go straight towards it. Right, so that's me moving towards my spaceship. If I set the closing velocity to like... Since I can at least turn the target, I should just be able to orient these things by turning them. Let's just do that. Right. I'm gonna watch myself coming in. 40 meters, 30 meters, 36 meters, 32, 30, 20, 25. Okay, 10 meters per second. Oh crap. You know what? Let's fold away these panels. Okay, not the most accurate docking I've ever done. Stop! Rotating! Okay. That's our exit vector. Let's stick along that. Let's switch to the other target. And I need to unfortunately come out and target this from here. But because we're pretty much drifting away aligned to each other, I can just point myself along this vector, right? And just hopefully remain just a little close to it. Now switch back to this, no, this way. Now aim at the port again. Aim at the docking port. I'm not even using the power of... Okay, gotta get this. I'm not even using the docking cam, I'm just going straight at this thing. There we go. There. Come on! Come on, you know you can do it! Dock! Oh, excellent! Ha 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 ha! Okay, so at least this spacecraft will fly. I can probably ditch this though, right? Nope, I can't ditch it. I can't right click and fire it. How much fuel do I have? Loads of fuel! It's a good thing we built this lander with like lots and lots of fuel. I mean, seriously, okay, that was a bit of a diversion. I guess I don't actually know how to use that rendezvous indicator as well as I thought, so from here we obviously, it's just left as an exercise to the reader to bring this combined spacecraft back to the planet, and everyone can land in the module, in the landing module. But until then, I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.